Hello and greetings, my friend. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Matt Schifferly with another video to help you be fit and live free. Today I'm addressing not so much a troubling trend, but another one of these false ideas I see permeating throughout our fitness culture, which is going to lead you astray when it comes to the idea of motivation. Now, motivation I address more thoroughly in my new book, Be Fit and Live Free, and for good reason, because your motivation level is not some trivial thing that you can just kind of flitter away or sweep under the rug or say, I don't need motivation, I got discipline and all that. And that is a massive mistake, because motivation is essentially emotional energy. It is the drive that leads you to actually take action. And having a low motivation to take action is no different than having complete exhaustion physically. It's not going to be the best way for you to consistently take action and be productive. So a low motivation is a very bad thing and needs to be addressed, which is why I wrote about how to cultivate, increase, and maintain motivation as much as possible, because, well, frankly, your success depends on it. And a lot of attitudes about motivation kind of fit under the just do it attitude. Things like, don't worry about motivation, just take action. And you should just force yourself to do it regardless of how you feel. And one of the messages I'm finding is cropping up a lot more these days is this idea of you don't take action because you're motivated, but you get motivated because you take action. So if you're sitting on the couch and you don't feel like working out, well, you should just force yourself up off the couch and you should force yourself to the gym. And once you start taking action, then you're going to feel that emotional power drive, the desire to keep going kick in, and that's how you cultivate motivation. And sure, this certainly can be the case. I've certainly experienced that many times. Don't feel like writing or don't feel like making YouTube videos or something. And as soon as I start taking action, then the desire starts to kick in and I feel better about this. Same goes with working out and eating right, as I'm sure you experienced yourself. But there's a really big asterisk that goes along with that, because the motivation to do something will follow actions that you're taking, but only if those actions are producing a worthwhile effect. In other words, you're doing it and you're like, I'm glad I'm doing this, or this feels like it's a worthwhile thing that I'm doing for spending my time and energy and money to do, and then you reinforcing that, yes, you should be doing it, and that's how motivation is created. But the downside is that if your actions are not feeling like they're worthwhile, forcing yourself to take action can actually crater and inhibit your motivation, because motivation is, after all, that emotional balance sheet between perceived costs and perceived rewards. So if your actions are producing a very high perceived cost at a low perceived reward, it's going to keep draining and hurting motivation regardless of how much you're forcing yourself to take that action. So yes, there are times when you may need to just kind of, get yourself up off the couch and just do it and stuff, but these are short-term solutions. In the long term, for the consistency and the sustained efforts that you need to ultimately reach your goals, you want to make sure that your efforts are worthwhile. They have a relatively low perceived cost to a high perceived return, and if that's not the case, then something needs to change about what you're doing so that you're either using less cost or it's more worthwhile in the long run. Because ultimately, like your physical energy, your emotional energy and motivation should be something that is healthy, robust, and there will be fluctuations, but it should be consistently high enough that you find it's not that hard to take action on a day-to-day basis. Hopefully that gives you something to think about. Let me know questions down below. Check out my book, Be Fit, Live Free, for more on the science and the practice of increasing and cultivating your motivation. Thank you very much for watching. Be fit and live free.